All right, we love to feature South by Southwest. Love to feature them, and we were so much a part of that experience, Vic and I. Press release did go out on that, too. For those of you who haven't seen it, go take a look. We were there, South by Southwest, and we intend to go yearly, we think, for a while. Vic, I'll get your mic.
Oh, that's okay. The only part I'm saying, and they actually are spinning off and doing one in August, Vegas.
Right.
Their own, but it's nothing like the Austin.
No, that's why I said, well, we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
We'll wait for them. Ladies and gentlemen,
for
those of you who embrace your sports.
Oh, Lord, here we go. Can you kind of tone it down, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for New Sports. Victor Allen's own, written, directed, and produced by the bald-headed black man. Here he is, the one the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. He's Vic! Black man! Sports! Macho!
You know this? You know what? That's just wrong. I tell him to tone it down, he goes up. Now, see, this is the hard part. How do you follow an entrepreneur when he says, well, what is Victor going to do?
Closely.
So he says, is that ownership or is that just his opinion on sports? I said, it's rent to own, baby. Everything I do with my segments is rent to own. I rent it and you can own it. There you go. That's all I can do. Now, guess what? I made sure that when I brought in a topic today that it had to center around the people who are really expert on this. And if you don't know New Sports, it's not about the stats. It's about real talk. And I believe the people who really pay attention are the ones who sit back and say, you want the fans to tell you what we think. Don't worry about the broadcast analysts. That's their job to break down and crunch the numbers. We're talking about the reality of what it affects people. And I truly believe this, Marlon. This is true. If you're around some beautiful women, there's two on each side of you, man, and you have an opinion about which team you like the best, if both of those women, they're dimes, and they pick the opposite team, are you going against them or are you going with them?
I'm going against them because they love that bad boy.
You see? So you see what's up, right?
I tell them.
So you change your answer.
Even though it may be to my disadvantaged ladies, I'm going to have to
disagree.
Respectfully. So say, oh, shit.
So notice what happens in the room when depending on the people talking is who elicits the opinion, right?
Right.
It changes all the time.
Totally.
So we're going to change it today. It's only one subject that I'm going to lead with, right? We know what we're going to lead with. I don't have to surprise you guys. It's real simple. We're going to talk about that Heat series. And sometimes they overblow it when it goes against the Spurs a little bit because, it's Popovich going against LeBron and so Spoelstra. Everybody's wrapping it around and they're saying this is the greatest block in history. I said not for somebody who can't jump. So I know they're gonna massage this all day long and have you watch the video. But the guy remember Vlade Divac? Yeah. He jumps that high. That's about it. So that's cool. Now we got that. I want to ask the room. This is real serious now. You guys try not to mess me up. Mario.
Okay.
Don't mess me up, man.
I get my sound effects ready now.
This is wrong. I want to ask the room. Miami Heat will defeat the Spurs for the NBA title if LeBron, and I just have a question mark. If LeBron does what, Mario?
If he maintains an exceptional level of consistency, which he, for the most part, does.
He had a underperforming game yesterday. So, and they blew him out.
Even though, that's what I'm saying, even though, as we've gone through the series, there have been a number of games people have called underperforming.
Right.
That to anybody else, like, they called 18, like 8. He had almost a triple-double. It was a triple-double.
Yes,
and they called it underperforming.
Okay.
I mean, give me a break.
All right. Let me go over to the man of the hour. Here's Miami. This is your team, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this is insane. This is why I can't wait. So right now, Mario, don't say anything wrong, man. If you do, you got to do it with dignity. All right.
That's right.
This is what we're saying.
That was good. that was good.
Okay, this is let me stop.
We're going to plug the shit out of you.
I'm trying. I learned from Betts. I learned from Robert. Robert said, when you start wearing a hat like me, you'll come up. I'm a grasshopper right now. All right, this is how we do it, Don. It's a 2-3-2 format, man. Okay. Spurs got the split. Everybody knew that if they took two, it was over. Is the advantage to Miami now because they won the second game of the split, or is the format supporting the Spurs, which Miami is the best road team? So where's the advantage right now?
I think the advantage is definitely with the Heat, and here's why. I equate their previous series when they split the first couple games, and the next two games, and it's like under pressure, Miami plays their best, and there's not a stronger team out there who could stop all that talent at one time. You've got Ray Allen raining threes last game.
Right.
You've got Mike Miller, who just came out of nowhere from last season from riding the bench, and he came in and he's made a huge impact on the last few games.
Right.
You've got LeBron, who's he's great. He's great. He's a great ball player, probably the strongest player in the league, but sometimes he's inconsistent a little bit. He misses some shots and all that, but hands down, the guy, no one wants to see this guy on the court.
Right.
That's just being honest. Chris Bosh, if he can just stay consistent and play strong, I think they'll have a chance. And D Wade, man, what else can you say?
Right.
I think the advantage is Miami.
Rob Betts.
Yes, sir.
LeBron and the Heat, or the Heat will win if LeBron does what?
Well, what LeBron is going to have to do is not take notice to what the public is saying, not take notice to what the sportscasters are saying. What he's going to have to do is to get a Kobe-like instinct,
Right.
and at the first tip-off of that game, go out for blood.
He does not, and I'm not knocking him, he does not have the killer instinct, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, is that his failing? Is that his failing?
Well, I wouldn't say it's his failing. I mean, because he does so many other things to support the team.
Right.
But I'm just saying, this is win or go home.
True.
Put a little pepper in his food. Send him out there. Don't wait for the third and fourth quarter. Come out the first quarter and just let San Antonio and Pop know.
Right.
I'm taking this game.
Okay, now here's another question for the room, and if you want to take it or leave it. I truly believe this. He reminds me right now he's getting into that Kobe place, and when I say that, is that
I think he's better than Kobe.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I get sick of hearing that Kobe crap.
Wait a minute. Now, see, you got. Now, remember, it's
Kobe
not
at home.
It's not a play. It's not.
He's fishing right now.
Right. It's not that he's not a better player. What I'm saying is, if this is where I think the model has worked already. I think LeBron's going, I'll take what I did yesterday. If I get all my players to get involved, and we blew out the Spurs by 20, and I scored less and had a down game. My fear is if he scores 45, that's the recipe for losing. I believe if San Antonio says get LeBron his shots, but shut down everybody else, is that a recipe for winning again for the Spurs? Do you think it's better for LeBron, Don, to score more points or to come out the way he performed yesterday? A little bit better, with his scoring and his percentage. But the recipe, to me, was yesterday's game.
Yeah, it's about spreading the love. It's not about outscoring everybody to ever play the game. It's about how you can get together with your team and say, this is the game plan. We're putting our life on the line every time the ball goes up, and play to win. Just play to win. Minimize the turnovers and just play to win. You've got to want it more. When I watched the Heat the first few games of the season, and I was at the V Cut Cigar Lounge, and I'm sitting around with a bunch of Kobe fans, and they're asking me,
why?
It's Kobe. Exactly. Case in point.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Case in point. Case in point. No, I love LA. LA Lakers have great history. Magic Johnson from Detroit, my hometown. That's true. I love that about it.
That's true.
But the thought that Kobe has been the best player of all time and all that, is kind of
overblown.
I don't know. Yes, I think it's overblown.
Yeah.
When I told these guys 2 weeks into the season that Miami Heat will win the championship this year again, they looked at me and cracked up laughing. Are you crazy? The Lakers are getting Dwight Howard. They're going to kill everybody now. That's all they needed was a center. I said, okay.
Because that's what they said, Don. Well, remember everybody saying, the lack of a big man.
Yeah,
right.
Is gonna. And I said, you can play. Haven't we all played basketball where you didn't have a big man?
Exactly.
It all depends on how you bring it, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, that's all I said. It would be nice to have a big man,
yeah.
but I don't mean you just roll over and say, well, I guess we can't be champions because we don't have a big man.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, now you don't think like that.
No, I do believe this, and I do believe this. In order for the Heat, and you guys can let me know if you believe it or not, if LeBron gets the Colby mentality, well, we say the mentality of saying I win at all costs, not the shoot all at cost, win, will he then multiply the NBA titles via Miami? Or if he stays where he is now, is that a recipe to say, well, that's only going to win you so much? What do you think, Rob?
Well, I mean, it's all about his teammates, because if he wins it this year, everybody's going to say, okay, well, they're looking at going towards a dynasty.
Right.
But you got to look, Dwayne Wade,
True.
slowing down.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
Chris
right.
Bosh is
That's right.
It's like on
Yeah.
a roller coaster.
Right.
You don't know what you're gonna get.
That's right.
Yeah. Ray Allen, he left Boston because he was almost
Last year.
Right.
This
Right.
was last
That's-
year.
That's right.
So he needs some more pieces.
True.
And if he gets some more pieces, I would advise him to go ahead and stay.
Right.
But
Right.
he's looking at going back home,
Right.
coming back home to roost,
Right.
Because you got Kyrie Irving up
Thank
there.
you. Up and off the
ooh,
chain.
My goodness.
See, the question that hit me was, I realized how the Heat's role players look like they've aged. Not because they're older, because teams have found
True.
weaknesses.
But look at Cole. But what has amazed me about both teams is the quality of the young folks. Cole's,
yeah.
to me, his future really looks bright.
Very bright.
Right.
This guy, I watched him take the ball and slam.
Right.
Okay, over dunk. In other words, they've done some stuff. I look even at on San Antonio with Kawhi Leonard.
Right. Oh, well, he's done.
There's some
He's
really. That's what I was wondering. There's some really young, bright, athletic players.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what's really part of the whole story here.
Right.
Is how refreshing it is to see them. Only thing I will say, where I don't know who's going to win. I think that the level of play is so high, and that the level of discipline is so impressive, that it can be exhibited by either team at a moment's notice. It seems to come down to just moments and instances.
Yes.
And that's what makes it so wonderful.
Right.
I am a LeBron fan. People know I'm a
Right.
Dwayne Wade fan.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with Mario Chalmers and Chris Anderson. But you all also know that I am a fan of Tim Duncan.
Right.
I'm a long time. And
man.
that's I
You
respect
can't.
him. I
Got
have
to.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just one of those cats I have. And Parker.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff going on here. It's great games, and I think that I definitely have to feel that the Heat would be favored, but I would not be hurt at all if San Antonio were to win this,
Right.
because I think it may be Tim Duncan's last.
Let me say this, and I there are players missing in this that could swing it either way, and then I'm gonna give you
Steven
guys
Jackson.
man, why you went throw him under the bus?
I'm just
man?
saying I had to go look that up. Just remember that Popovich
I know what he did.
basically
It's not a
dumped
team-
Steven
yes,
Jackson. Okay.
for good reason.
Yeah, because
In
he
other
wouldn't
words,
listen. He wouldn't listen.
Look, this is Popovich. There's nowhere you're going. You can't come in with any personification
No.
with Popovich, because he knows that destroys the fabric of his team. And I call them the New England Patriots of basketball.
And the discipline
Right.
factor, because how else, without that kind of training and discipline, would a young man like Kawhi Leonard
Right.
even be attempting
Right.
to guard LeBron James? Just to watch that
Right.
and to watch him man up.
He did great.
And level,
He's doing a
watch
great
his
job.
intensity as a young. You have to give him. You're playing against the
his
greatest
points.
basketball player in the world, and maybe the greatest of all time.
And he may not, look. They always say we're trying to slow you down. See, the whole part is this: is that I believe the Miami Heat remind me of the Lakers. They just bring this glare. And when they did the video to me,
Magic Lakers.
they really make me. It's a strong
Magic
attraction. It's a strong. You know what? Stop it!
Lakers.
Stop it, man! Stop it! Showtime Lakers, man.
Yeah, okay.
I believe Miami's at that place where they say we bring you the show and the game. Where San Antonio just says, we're role playing Kawhi Leonard. Well, it's just it is what it is.
More fundamentals.
Yeah, it is. It's the big fundamental.
And fundamentals to some people are very boring.
And I won't get into all the extras
Like
you get with
defense,
it.
right? It's like defense.
Right. Now here's my exit question, because I know we can't spend time on this. I got to go to the next one. Hey, this is going to be interesting because you guys are going to predict, and you're just going to give me the name. You don't have to do much with this. Spoelstra is up and coming. Popovich is already running. At the end of their coaching careers, who will have the most NBA championships? Anybody want to take that on first?
How many does Popovich have?
I believe is it 4 or 5? I believe it's four or five. I know that he won one.
Four. Three. I think.
Wait. Because the Spurs, there's 4. Tim Duncan's got 4.
He's got 4.
And those are all with Popovich.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So we already got Spoelstra got 1. And we have to realize LeBron's been to the finals, including this year, 3 times. He's about to. They're saying going to keep going. So Mario, just simple. At the end of their coaching career, and Spoelstra got LeBron. Who wins the most NBA championships?
Popovich. I think that Spoelstra will come close. I think he is one of the very bright young coaches.
Yeah.
I think he was thrown into something that was over his head.
Yeah.
And he was able to do it anyway. I think that is why Pat Riley, who I respect, has so much faith in him. So I have him on. He is one of the very, very bright young coaches in the league.
And I agree.
Who knows? Who knows if he's going to get 4 rings?
No, we're predicting it because Pat Riley went through the same thing.
Yeah.
Let me go.
I don't know.
Don Juan, what do you think?
I believe he will get more rings.
Spoelstra?
Yes.
Wow, that means you're going +5.
I'm going +5.
Wow.
We didn't say what team he would win the rings. He can take it this year, and then another year if he can, and then move on to another team and win some more rings.
That's a wise man speaking.
Phil Jackson did it.
That's right.
And I don't know
They
that
did
they
it
should
well.
change that team, Vic. Right. Should they, you guys, the way you would say, I don't know that you should mess with that, I don't know that this team that exists today could not come back again next year. Maybe with the exception of Ray Allen. But maybe with Ray Allen.
I agree.
Let me say
I
this.
agree with you.
Yeah.
Be fearful of Chicago. Healthy Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe Indiana will stay the same, but hey, we'll worry about that another time.
They'll be there to challenge.
Now, Rob, who wins the most NBA championships at the end of their coaching career?
Well, I'll probably have to go with Pop.
Okay. Because he got the jump start on him.
Well, not only because he got the jump start, Pop's a hell of a coach, man, and people love to play for Pop. I mean, he has his ways about going about things, but
no nonsense.
Yeah. He has a machine that works.
Yeah, no nonsense.
And he plugs in players, but he needs another. He needs another Tim Duncan or somebody like that, the centerpiece.
Well, true.
Because Manu may be on his last one too.
Well, Manu and Shane Battier both are disappearing in this series right now. They're not who they should be. If either one of them step up and play, and Battier, I feel real bad about him. He's missing really bad, and still they're coming out enough without Shane Battier. He's moved down the bench, so I feel bad for him, man. But go ahead, Brock. You think Popovich clearly?
Yeah.
All right. Mario, let's go over to eye candy for a moment, and we call it Serena Williams. I think she's
Good pick, Vic. Good pick.
I think she's taken for granted. I think she's at that place. Is there another woman on the horizon? There's one thing to say you're the best tennis player of all time, because she doesn't only play tennis, because she has other ventures. Smart woman,
entrepreneur.
Look,
clothing line.
I don't think you belong to one thing only. I believe you go where you make your legacy. This woman, to me, because of what she does, there's no other physical specimen like her. So she's going to have things work against her, because the tennis group wants her dedicated to her craft, which is stay with that. She, to me, right now, there's McEnroe and others who say she is the best of all time because of her talents. My question around with you guys, do you believe she will eventually go down at the end of her career as the most talented, gifted, and powerful female tennis player of all time? Don.
At this stage, yes, you have to say that right now. You never know what the future is going to bring. It can be a girl in the middle of the country somewhere in Ohio who's been training since the age of 2.
Right.
It can come along in the future. But right now, as far as I can see, I've never seen a girl play tennis the way she does.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. Rob.
Absolutely. I mean, like Don say, I have to go with what he says, because I have never seen anybody as powerful, as quick, agile, as this young lady is right now.
Yeah. And imagine this. I'm going to come to you shortly, Mario. Imagine you're Sharapova, who goes like, I get to the finals all the time. and I end up going against her. Of course, Serena hadn't won the French Open title for some time, but you're always holding the round plate. So here it is, Mario. Best all time, or still
I think she's already proven it. I think she's already proven it. I think she is the LeBron James of tennis.
Yeah, I do too.
There's nothing like her. Now, there's the hard work on top of your God-given gifts, which both of them are undoubtedly, blessed by God to be born with that physical potential.
Right.
But then you take that physical potential and you work your ass off.
Right.
Okay, to become what they have become.
Right.
So no, she goes down in history as for female athletes in general.
Right.
And also as a spokesperson and ambassador for her sport.
Right.
She's increased the viewership.
Yeah.
That's why people are watching now.
Right.
Now and Sharapova has been a wonderful addition too. Yeah. But it's just the idea of what we're seeing now and what this represents to women all over the world, women athletes who are stepping forward today in unprecedented numbers to stand tall as women and as athletes. So I think she's already Hall of Fame.
I'm going to make a terrible analogy because it may not come out right. I think her physical gifts are so setting the trend for other female athletes, whether they're of color or not, to say the next evolution is to be like this woman, which is not attractive to the commercial industry of beauty. I believe she's absolutely naturally gifted, and most people, now here's where I swing where Mario's going to go, all right, Victor, that's not my strong attraction. She is physically chiseled.
No, I just said I don't want to date women that can kick my ass. I said a different way. I don't care if you can outrun me, because they can all outrun me. But if you gonna kick my ass.
Mark, what would you think?
I'm just saying, she probably can kick everybody's ass in here.
Mark,
we would have to jump, we would have to gang up on her. I would tell her, Don Juan, you go first. Shit, I'm behind you.
Hey, I just offer a cigar. Wait a minute.
Serena, have some dignity.
Get it.
Baby, have some dignity. Serena, have some dignity. Have a lot of dignity, Serena, please. Have a lot of dignity.
That's a good one. See, I didn't want to put. Look, if I started off this way, I know we would have never gotten to appreciating who she is. But I truly believe this. I believe there is a quality of attractiveness for a woman who's sculpted like this. She reminds me of the absolute. I'm gonna say this: the female Bo Jackson in a good way. In a good way.
Yeah.
Bo didn't get to complete his career. We wonder what would have been like. This woman, when it comes down to beauty, they don't even include her in the overall ratings at all. And I sit there and go, is she just ahead of her time? I believe she is. She set a different standard. So far as I'm concerned, I see the room all saying the same thing. She is ahead of her time. She is the benchmark, and she will go down as the greatest. So I am done with my new sports, man. You guys did a great job. Thank you so much, Mario. We'll find you a woman.
That's right. Find me one that can't kick my ass. Well, they can kick maybe if they physically could, because they love me to death. That's Noodle Sports. Yeah,
man.